Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the I Saw It in Somerset Studio Magazine. This week we're going to do Outside the Box, and this one's by Cher Salvatore, I think. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but it's paint chips, so you can kind of see the white lines in between the colors there, and I don't have the exact same kinds that she has, so mine are longer and taller, so I'm going to flip them the other direction and do tags. But she did like a whole box, this whole box, and put it full of these different collages on paint chips. And she also backed these ones. I don't think I'll be doing that, but it's cool. So that's an idea if you have a little bit smaller paint chip. Mine are fairly big, so I don't want to add more to them. But anyways, just really cool collages, all different things. I mean, this one is so simple. It's like literally a piece of maybe vellum in red, washi tape, I think, along here, and then this sticker with the bear, and then it's on top of that other paper in the background. But so they're very simple, but they look really cool. So see, she did this whole box of them. So I'm not going to do a box. You know, it says supplies, a box, ephemera, glue stick, that kind of thing. But I'm just going to do tags so that I can put them into journal pockets. But of course, you can do however you would like. So I already kind of got an idea of what I'm going to do for each one of the paint chips that I have. And mine are all from Lowe's. So they're all the same size and everything. But if you collected them and you have like all different sizes and things, that would also be cool, because you could do some journaling cards and, you know, all kinds of things like that. So this paint chip made me think of Joey Cardmaker's Mash Up Joey. And this is free on his Ko-fi, and there will be a link in the description box below the video. Her Mashup Joey, that's what it is. Hashtag Mashup Joey. Will be in the description box below this video, so you can go over to Ko-fi and get this freebie. It's beautiful. I printed these 2 pages on one page, but you can see he's got background papers, and then you get the main page, which would be a full-size page. I just printed 2 per page, so on that I kind of messed up that first time I printed it, but anyways, it doesn't matter. So that's what I'm going to use, but I'm going to add other things, obviously. But I do want to keep, like, I don't want to cover up the entire thing so that you can't, well, one, you want to see the color, but so that you don't know that it was a paint chip. I like when I use, my brain is not working today. When I use, I'm going to tear this, flashcards and things like that, I like also to see what they are instead of covering the entire thing. I kind of think that's the fun part, right? So I think I'm just going to kind of do something like that. And then I cut out the lady, this lady here. Just cut her out so that I didn't have a whole lot of squareness to her. I didn't want all that square, rectangular look. And then we're going to put a butterfly, one of his butterflies, and one of the little labels that's in the kit. And then I also had this, oh, where was I going to put that? Oh, I think I know what I was going to do. I was going to put her up a tiny bit higher because I wanted to see that hole in my old paper that's just there. And then I'm going to put this across, but I'll trim it so that it's the right size. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So how is everybody? I hope that you guys are all fantastic. I am doing good. It's lovely weather still, thankfully. And saying prayers still for all of you in hurricane ways. Crazy times we live in. Not that hurricanes are anything new, that's for sure. It's like all the weather stuff that comes and goes and is worse some years and better some years, and who knows. So I'm going to put that on there. And this is out of one of those books that has just all kinds of information for calculating. They're like paper calculators, basically. crops and livestock size, and it's all that kind of thing. And I found one at an antiques shop, and then someone gifted me one, which was awesome. So I love using these numbers. But I, of course, did get a little carried away with the glue, like I always do. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well and having some maybe nice, starting to have some nice weather. Our leaves are all turning, which it looks beautiful. I know that doesn't happen everywhere. I really do love the 4 seasons. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of winter, but and summer kind of gets to me after a while, but I'll take summer over winter. Even though I complain because it's hot. But I prefer it. Went for my walk up at the park. That was beautiful this morning. My kids are doing good. They're just busy working there and still going to school. Aiden's planning a Halloween party with friends. So they're doing good. I need a paper towel because I'm going to make a mess with this glue. I can already tell. And I'll just trim off where it hangs over. So yeah, these I think will make great tags. They're a nice size, big tag, and I'll put some tea-dyed paper on the back. I might do one with you guys, and then I'll just do the rest of them on my own because, you know, that's pretty boring, but just so you can see one more completed. Put her up a little bit higher, I think. High enough because like I said, I want to see that hole. I don't know why I care, but I like it. So all these bits are in Joey's freebie. And I don't know what my next projects are going to be. I just kind of am trying really hard to get stuff done for, oh, what am I doing? For Christmas, and I'm just not ready for that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just am not. I'm not finding images that I like that much, and I do like the little snowman kit that I put together. That's pretty cute, but yeah, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know why. So it's kind of a bummer. I do like the way that said regatta on there, but that's okay. I'll just, the color. I don't know why I always feel the need to cover those ones when they don't have the legs or whatever. It bugs me for some reason. Pick this up, it'd be fantastic. So yeah, as I've said before, I'm never going to have the same things that these ladies have in this magazine, but I think it's fun to kind of come up with your own version anyway, because if we all did the same thing, it'd be real boring, right? But you could just do a million things with these. I have seen people use them before, and I tried like once before when I first saw somebody working with the paint chips, and I don't know. I wasn't into it. I didn't like it. Any of that. But for some reason, this idea just struck me as cool, and it's not like it's that much different than other ideas that I've seen, but I just really like using, maybe it's the use of similar colorways, and she didn't even do that really, use the same colorway when she was creating hers, but that's how it struck my brain was, oh, it'd be cool to do kind of like doing a color challenge, right? Where you're using a particular color the most, and there's other colors on here too, but for the most part, I'm staying within the colorway. So that's kind of the little challenge I guess I presented to myself, was to try to keep them in their color way. And I like the look of it a lot more, but I never thought of that when I played with the paint chips before. So yeah, it's funny how it'll just strike you different sometimes when you look at things. Oh, I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Mr. and Mrs. Helm, Annette, and Shara. I'm not sure if you go by Shara or Shara Lee, but thank you for your kind comments and watching my channel, and yeah, all those good things. Very sweet of all of you, and welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a long time or a short time. I really appreciate all of you. Definitely couldn't do what I do without you, so believe me, I know that, and I appreciate you. All right, so there's one, and like I said, I'll back it with some, we'll do one, like I said, I'll do this one, and then I'll just go on and do the fronts from here on out. But I want them backed because you can't write on this, so it's sort of a pointless thing. But if you really want to keep that, you know, seeing what the paint colors are and all that on there, then you could, but I don't know, I'm fine with covering it, so that's just going to be a personal preference for you. I'm not a huge blue fan, I'm going to be honest. Like, I wear blue because my eyes are blue, so I do like to wear blue, but not for decorative purposes, I guess. And I don't do a ton of blue journals, but then when I make something with the blue, I'm like, oh, I really like that. So I don't know why. I don't know why I don't, but anyway, I really like how it turned out. Very pretty. I think what the problem is I grew up in the 80s, and I don't know if y'all remember, but for a while there, everybody was decorating like everything in blues, and I don't know why, but it just didn't work for me. It's funny how, you know, all that has an impact on what colors you like. Yeah, the sort of country thing with all the blue. I even tried one time to paint a wall in my house blue, and I had to paint over it because I didn't like it. And I know I'm a weird one because most people do love it, but I like the way this came out. I'm just gonna smudge little ink smears all over the back of this. The little fuzzies fall off, and then you pick them up with something else, and then they're on there. All right, so there's that, the blue paint chip. We'll set that one aside, and we'll do a different one. Sorry, I'm just blabbering on about nothing today. It's one of those kind of days. But, yeah, it's kind of what happens when I'm doing this. I like these kind of colors, these warm colors. I just have all kinds of bits. I have some mushrooms that we can put on there, and I have just random, this is from a book spine, tearing a book apart, and just a number. And then I have a piece of this, which I really like with this. So I'm going to do something along those lines. I'm going to ink this a little bit. So yeah, you could just, if you have some paint chips, or if you go grab a few from the, I mean, if you go to the paint store and you just get, you know, 4 or 5 or whatever, they aren't going to care. I don't take a lot because I know I won't use them all. But you just, or you might have some, because you know we all go looking for colors and whatnot. I think I'll actually put this on first, just as a ink it a little bit. Cool part about this tissue paper is you can see the color through it, which is kind of fun. This is from that collage strip that I did with you guys. I don't know if I want to leave a little bit of the colors showing over here. Yeah, I think I will. And then I cut it into strips because of things like this, where you're like, oh, you know, I just like a strip of some kind of color or whatever. That's where this kind of thing comes in handy. I do like the random edge on that, but I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on here. Make a little collage. Yeah, it was fun trying to come up with different things. Like this came out of one of my cut and collage books, so it's not a sticker. This is out of one of those sticker books, so it does have a sticky back. But I'm going to put this across the bottom, probably this way, to kind of ground those. So we're going to need to just go up a tiny bit more. I'm going to ink these. It's a little bit easier if you have something thin, if you lay it down to ink it, than it is trying to hold it up and ink it. And I remember that sometimes, and a lot of the time I forget, so. That one's a little thicker, but not much. Okay. And I know that sticker won't stick at all, so I'll end up gluing it anyways. I think I'm gonna put this one down first. I'd like the baked clay maybe to show. I just think that's kind of fun. So I think I'm going to go about here. Oh, why do I do that? So easy to cut that glue sometimes. And it's just a mess. A big old mess. Kind of do it up a tiny bit, even though they won't be even. When I put down the other piece, I can make it seem more even. This little thing works fantastic on this paint chips. Or it did on the last one. This one, it just seems to be smearing it. Okay, and I like that little bit of the book binding there. I think that's fun with the strings. And that was just out of a dollar store book, so that's like not any old fancy book. A very fragile book page here. Okay, and I feel like it needs a little something else up here maybe. I probably was going to put that up higher, but I got ahead of myself. See how that happens. Maybe a label up there. All the random junk over here that gets set aside. I don't mind that label. I like the color of that, but I don't know. I can't hear you guys. I don't hear anybody yelling at me. I think I'm going with the label. I know. Some people are like, no, you should have used. I know. Kind of like that little pop of green up there. Okay, and then we'll cut that into a tag. Did I get that right? Never know. I did not. I'm really just going along the edge just because I don't want the white. But all right, there's our, I don't know what clay type colors, I guess. Earthy tones. The fun part about going and getting those, because I just didn't have any. I thought I did, but I didn't. Is you can pick out colors that you wouldn't really paint with. So, or I wouldn't like that. I'm probably not going to paint with that. But anyhow, it's great for this. This is too much. It's too much. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to put a piece of this tissue on there. The tissue paper is great. So any tissue, you have napkins, I think the lady in the magazine used, would work great. Just because then you can see the colors through, which is fun. Otherwise, why have paint chips, right? Struggling. And I've got the ink off my thumb. I'm just going to go around the edge there with that. Always got to have the ink coming off of everything. And that. And I have a yellow flower sticker. And I have the letter Z. Goes that way. Do I want it maybe over here? And the Z is for buzz. It was mostly just because I liked the sticker with the Z on it. It looked kind of cool. Something like that, I think, will work. Yep, yep. Gotta ink this. And these are from that botanical, that's like the Antiquarian sticker book, but it's the big botanicals. That's where this came from. I don't want all that white, but I don't like necessarily the way this did this. So I'm going to just put a little bit of water. I just spritzed it with a little water because it was looking very straight lines of the grunginess, so I didn't want that. Come on, little sticker. You don't stick to paper, but you stick to the waxy paper. Figure that one out. I think it's more just the way it's cut. And I did cut extra off because I don't like how much they put around the edge of these. I know I'm not very positive. I do like the images. I don't love these stickers. They're very, yeah, too much edge and they just don't stick. So that's my dilemma. And I have heard other people say the same, so. Okay, we're gonna put this down here, about where we wanted it, because those will glue all crooked if you are not careful. And it's still a little bit too. I know it's not that curved. I mean, it is curved, but it's being excessively curved. Okay, sorry I get quiet. I know sometimes when I'm mentally battling these things. But feel free to fast forward, I understand. Especially when you're watching me try to take these stickers apart. The one good thing about this, I just sat with these paint chips and I went through my Antiquarian sticker books and the botanical ones and my cut and collage book and just found things that went color-wise, you know. I mean, I did have to go get some other stuff out, but it was nice and a good way to use some of this stuff up, because you do tend to forget about it or hoard it or whatever. And it's like, why am I doing that? So, yeah, works well. Good way to to use it. I've kind of learned my hoarding lesson because I have scrapbooking supplies that I hoarded from years ago, and now they're just completely outdated, so they'll probably never get used. You know what I mean? It's silliness. It's like, just use it while you like it, because chances are it'll come a time when you might not like it, and then what use is it? Do I want? I think I'll put this one up here. Bees, because they're buzzing. You could stamp on these. You could, I mean, there's a million things. You can splatter them with paint. Any kind of mixed media sort of things would work. Just do a lot of stuff with them. It's just kind of a fun background to play with, I think. In fact, we could do the lid to the Tim Holtz tissue. You just have to be careful because they're a little slippery, the paint part. See, I just slipped a little, but that's kind of a fun thing. Especially when you smudge other junk on it. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, I didn't cut the edges, did I? How long have I been bugging you guys? 32. Okay, I'm not going to worry about inking it right this minute, just because I don't want to touch anything. I want to let that black ink dry so I don't smear it. But I will ink it before I am done, I'm sure. All right, the next one we have is this really light cotton white, marshmallow, and porcelain. This one was a little tricky for me, not going to lie. But we found some things, and I think it will work. This one I am covering more of the colors, but it's fine. Because I wanted the book page on there. Got a squeaky book. This is my daughter's podcast. Yes, I'm a proud mama. Love those kids. As we do, right? Okay, and I think I wanted this along this side. And that's just, I don't know, trim. It's off of some vintage piece. And I have this little girl dancing with her doll. She's very cute. And that's another one of those stickers. And then I thought I would put this across. So I kind of have to figure out, scoot her up just a tiny bit more. She's kind of going to dance on our little fabric, like twill tape. And then I have some music. Just a little piece. Because that's what she's dancing to. Yeah, the thing that took me the longest, obviously, was figuring out what to put on all these. Oh my goodness. All the bits. But those sticker books and things helped immensely. And I'll try to, where did I put those? Oh, let me grab those really quick so you know what I'm talking about. I know some of you know what I'm talking about, but some of you might not know what I'm talking about. So it's these that are on Amazon. The Botanist stickers, and then this is the Antiquarian sticker book. So yeah, I just went through, found images, and there were a few things that I got other places like Joey's kit and things like that, but that's basically what I did. I'm going to actually use, for this, I'm going to use my tacky glue because I know it'll stick better. With that, you can use Fabri-Tac, whatever glue you like. I've decided a lot of these glues are highway robbery, so just use what you like, what works for you. Okay. Oh, I actually need that still. And this has to go under. What am I doing? I'm not thinking about order here. Sometimes, I'm telling you. Luckily that tacky glue does take a minute to dry, so that is helpful when you're doing these things where you have layers on layers. I'm gonna have to put just a little bit. Tacky glue is one of my all-time favorites. I really like it. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. Used it for years. Okay, little girl. Now you can go dance away. With your dolly. Okay, I give up. I thought that was going to be the easier way, but it's definitely not. Oh, now she's up too high. How did I do that? My goodness. Well, whatever topper I use will have to go on the back. I didn't do my measuring very well, did I? Sometimes, I'm telling you. It'd be like that. Okay. There is the, I don't know, off-white colors. And I might do like I don't know if I want anything else on there or not. That leaf, but I don't know. I think it's fine. So there's that one. And what do we have here? Oh, I did have some other little things. Oh, I did, and we do want to put these on. I saw them over there. There's just this, and it says perfectly happy. And I think that is so cute. That's one of those, you know, those little strip stickers. Because she is perfectly happy, just dancing away. And these frames are in the Etsy shop. Oh my goodness, Amy, she's making a mess. It's all the itty bitty stuff. With my fingers that are ever increasingly sticky here. I put that up a little high, but it's fine. It's too tiny to mess with. Yeah, I forgot I added that. And then, of course, you could stitch around them and all kinds of whatever, put toppers on them and all that. So there is perfectly happy. All right. And the last one is kind of Halloweenish with our greens. It says edgy gold. I don't know that I would call that gold, but... And we're putting bugs. I'm going to ink it a little first. And then I have Mr. Frankenstein, and that's from my Gothic Gray kit. I think I might want to tear this. I like the color on them. I'm just going to rough them up. Oh, Screech, sorry. That is icky on the ears and teeth. Don't know why it makes your teeth hurt, but it does. Alright. So we got that one good and grunged up. I'm just making a sticky mess today, so I'm flipping my papers this way and that way. So yeah, sorry about that, Mr. Butterfly, but we're going for the spookier images. And we have a piece of this again. I think I want there. What did I do with, oh, there. I have Grimm, and that's in my Haunted kit. And then a leaf, I was going to call that a feather. That is not a feather, that is definitely a leaf. I'm sorry, I always have to make a mess with my glue. I don't know why. It's probably because I use too much, right? That's what people would say. I just like it to get edge to edge to edge. This is off of that Tim Holtz piece of ephemera that I've been chopping up because I just want parts of it. Looking grim. All right, we're gonna put, actually gonna ink this with my scorched timber. And I'm gonna put it on the corner. On the corner. These are also in the Etsy shop. So yeah, fun with paint chips. You could just do this for days, I think. And make yourself a bunch of cool tags. Just use what you got. And if you don't have paint chips, don't want to go get paint chips, you could just even kind of make your own. Just cut different pieces of colors of paper, especially if you have a bunch of scrapbooking paper in various shades of the same color, then you could definitely do your own. You could even do like a slim strip of paint and then like watercolor or paint different colors on a page as your background, and it, you know, give you a very similar effect. And then when you peel the little strips of paint off, or tape off, you'd have the white spots. Yeah, so I mean, there's loads of things you can do even if you don't have paint chips. And if you want to do solid ones, you could just do solid. So that is all of them for today. All out of paint chips. And yeah, like I said, you could stamp, you could doodle something on them. You could do all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again on Monday. Love ya. Bye.